The golden rule of being a 49ers fan. This is a
Yeah.
topic that Jesse wrote about for all 49ers. If you missed it, check it out. Jesse's a new writer for us, and he's doing a terrific job. Jesse, why don't you tell us the way you see it, the golden rule of being a Niner fan?
Yeah, man. So here's what I'm starting to see a lot on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, what have you, is there's a lot of opinions that differ from each other, and that's okay, right? This Jimmy G, Trey Lance thing is perfect, okay? It's almost a dead even split, and fans are divided. But what you'll find is you have a lot of fans that will really get into these huge arguments, and it ends up with one person disrespecting the other completely. And you'll hear things like, "You're not a real fan. Go root for another team. You're a hater. Let the front office do what they do. Who are you, armchair quarter?" Like, all these things are heard. And I just want to remind people there's one rule to being a fan. Whether you are the guy that sits on the edge of his seat every Sunday, you're screaming at the TV, blood vessels breaking in your head, you watch every game and hang on every play, or you just chill out. You let the team do what they do. You root for the team. It doesn't matter what your level is. You have one rule as a fan. Come game day, root for the players that are on the field. That's it. All this offseason speculation, if Jimmy G's the quarterback come week one, guess who's going to root for him? This guy. Because that's my only obligation as a fan. During the offseason, I can do whatever I want. East Bay Chris, I'm a hater. I do another team that sounds good to me. Yeah, East Bay is a hater for sure. But that's it. I just want to be clear about that. I want to remind people, regardless of what your stance is on certain opinions, as long as you root for the team on the field when they play games, you're a fan. That's it. Grant, you a fan?
No. What I want to say is that I feel like we're preaching to the choir a little bit because my audience is like, I feel like an evolved version of fans. Like, the fact that any Niner fans would watch me is kind of amazing because I don't root for this team, and sometimes I do take pleasure in their missteps. I mean, I just do. You know, I do. So the fact that Niner fan, it took them a while, about 9 years, to sort of get on board, but now they kind of like my style. I'm honored and flattered, and I feel like it shows that they have a different way of being a fan. I mean, they can kind of look at the team objectively, critically, and still own a jersey or something. I don't know. I am not a fan, and I'm not rooting for the players in the field. I'm rooting for myself and only myself, and that's the whole game. But I'm not rooting against the Niners either, and I appreciate 49ers fans. And what I would like to say is, you guys set the example because you guys are the best 49ers fans because you like us. So go out, be leaders, and show everyone else that there's not one way to root for the team, because it feels like the old school way of being a fan is basically the way teams would want you to be a fan. It's like, shut up, give us money, and support all the decisions we make.
Yep.
Well, no, we're not going to do that. But we are very passionate about your product, and we want it to be good. But we're not just going to fork over money and tell you you're good when you've had 4 winning seasons since 2003. No, we're not going to do that.
You know what's funny is I feel like there's a major split too, right? So you said that your forum, obviously they've been groomed and they think a lot of the ways that we do.
Yes.
Facebook, oh my gosh. You get into a 49er forum on Facebook, completely different fan base exists there than anywhere else that I conversate with fans. Completely different.
Trey Niners says, "Come on, Grant. You are a low-key Niners fan. I can hear it in your voice. You would cry if you covered any other team. Be honest, bro." I grew up a Niners fan. I know Niners history very closely. I feel like I'm part of the organization because my dad covered it. But honestly, if anyone's heard me after a Niners loss, you know that I can have a little too much fun when they lose. Tell me I'm a Niners fan when you hear me after. And you hear it now. But I can come on like the Grinch after losses with a grin that I can't conceal. So I really don't think I am. I mean, Niners, I don't want the Niners to suck because that's not fun. I mean, then they're not interesting and they're not a story. I want them to be good, but if they're 10-1 and then they become 10-2, I'm not mad at all, because that's dramatic as hell. And honestly, in that 2019 season when they lost to Atlanta, when they lost to Baltimore, I was like, finally, man, something to talk about.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think I'm a Niner fan. No.
Don't lie though either, because that last season, them losing was like
Awful.
Every Niner fan needed, but they needed that truth serum from you. And that's what ultimately boosted where you're at now. When I first started watching you, it was during last offseason, just before the season started. And what made me stick with you was those losses. I could wait for you to go live and just tune in and have you rip the team. And at least I got a good laugh from it, because normally a loss like that would legit ruin at least through Wednesday for me. But watching you just helped me get over that. And I think a lot of 49er fans actually are on my side of it. And that's where your fan base really grew, is that, hey, that truth serum is sometimes what you need to hear. And when you deliver it in the manner that you do, it's very helpful also. So, yeah.
I didn't have many opportunities in 2019. That team was on point. And when they did lose, they lost by like 1 point at the buzzer. So it was hard to really go hard on them. Their one like real clunker was when they lost to Atlanta, but it was like they were already the 1 seed at that point. So
right.
I got my yayas out last year. It was a lot of fun. But honestly, when they lost all their players week 2, I was like, oh no, this season's going nowhere. I'm losing hits. Like, this is terrible. So I mean, I would like, not 6-10. 6-10 isn't good. I'd like 9-7 is always better than 6-10.
Yeah.
10-6, something like that. And honestly, if the Niners go to the Super Bowl, I feel like my profile grew very much just because you're covering a team that has national attention. So that's okay too. Just don't be 2-14. I've done a lot of that. Enough with they suck and we know it. We have to say it every day. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, for sure. That in between is always good.
It's always nice. It's dramatic.
Absolutely.
It's dramatic. All right. Well, that's the end of 49ers After Dark, because it's getting really dark out here in the Bay Area. It's just dark right now. Jesse, thank you for coming on. I like the hat.
Thank you.
It's a nice hat. I don't have my hat on today, but I'll have a hat next time. Everyone, thank you for watching. I didn't do much streaming today. I took a little mini day off, but it was always a pleasure to come on with you, Jesse. I'll be back tomorrow. Throughout the day, I've been doing a lot of streaming tomorrow, so check me out. I'll be back 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, all the clocks. I'll see you tomorrow.
Can I say one thing real quick?
No.
Okay. Guys, please give me some love. I am about 70 subscribers away from 2K.
Hey.
So if I could get the chat to just go over Last Second Sports, type it in. We're the first thing that shows up. Give us some love over there. Get us over that 2K. We're doing some fun things. I just gave away a Jerry Rice signed jersey.
Oh,
so help us get over 2K. Show some love over there. It would be much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Hold on. Kay Lombardi, right at the buzzer, says, way too early prediction based on what you have seen with Lance so far. Do you think he has the potential to be a 49ers great, all things considered? Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's too early. I think he's the most physically gifted quarterback I've ever seen on a 49ers practice field, but that's not saying much. I don't know, man. All I know is that while he's cheap, they can win. Can he be a Hall of Fame quarterback? He's 21 years old, man. I'm kidding myself if I could tell you I could project that. But the next 4 years, I think it'll be more than good enough.
I'll go out on a limb and I will say he's not going to be better than Joe Montana or Steve Young, right? But I do believe that he will end up better than what Jeff Garcia was. And that's arguably the third best quarterback. Y.A. Tittle, that's way before our time. Third best quarterback in this franchise as far as we know it. So he will end up being behind those two and ahead of Garcia.
The thing about Joe and Steve, Joe is athletic as hell.
Very.
People forget about that. Young Joe is really athletic, and he could make all these throws off platform and stuff. Steve Young even more so with the athleticism. Both of them completed 70% of their throws. Both of them were extremely athletic. Yep. I mean, accurate. Will Trey Lance ever get there? We'll see. He's got a lot of work to do. I know he's going to move like Steve Young, but is he going to be able to be as accurate as Steve Young eventually was when in his 30s? Right. We'll see. We'll see. That's a whole process. That's a whole lifetime of work for Trey Lance.
For sure.
We'll see. I mean, he's 21 years old. We'll see what he's made of. I don't know.
He's better than both those guys were at this point in their lives. That's a guarantee.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.